What's up, everybody? TGIF. Glad to have you with us here at Roper's Rips. A little morning action. We've got a 2025 Bowman Mega Box full case pick your team break coming at you today. Glad to have everybody with us. Let's go through our team owner list and say what's up before we get started. Diamondbacks today is going to be my guy Dalton Thompson. Atlanta Braves is Josh Gillett in this one. Baltimore Orioles is Ryan Action Jackson. The Boston Red Sox is Rick Sylvia. Chicago Cubs is going to be Todd Moore in this one. Chicago White Sox is Mike Irvin. Wild Mike Irvin in the house. The Big Red Machine with Ellie De La Cruz going out to Chris Miller in this one. Mike Irvin has the Cleveland Guardians. Tapping them today with those Colorado Rockies is going to be Kenneth O'Brien. Yo, what's up, Josh Gillett? Detroit Tigers. I decided not to run a mini on them. The Detroit Tigers are still available. They're a $118 team. I'll tell you what, anybody wants them for $80, last minute, I'll give them to you. Big discount to $80. They got Kevin McGonigal, Josue Briseno, and a bunch of other guys. Otherwise, I'm going to keep them in this one just to keep this thing rolling. I got it. It's my in-laws' 40th anniversary this weekend, so we got family activities going. So that's why I needed to do it a little earlier today. But anyway, Tigers, anybody wants them for $80, they're all yours. Otherwise, I'm going to take them and be one of the guys today. Astros is Gary Taylor in the house. That still cracks me up every time, Gary. Gary Taylor with the Astros. Jason Trowski working with the Kansas City Royals. Those Halos, the Los Angeles Angels, and the LA Dodgers going to my dude, Ryan Dills, in the building. Taking it down to South Beach with the Miami Marlins is going to be Dennis Maurer in this one. The Brew Crew, those Milwaukee Brewers, is Mr. Boom. Shaka laka boom, Bernard Newton Jr. The Twins is Tim Whitney in this one. The New York Mets is going to be Donald Coons Jr. The New York Yankees, those Bronx Bombers, going to Kenneth O'Brien. The Oakland Athletics is going to be Steve Wilkinson. The Philadelphia Phillies, going to Dennis Maurer. The Buccos, the Pittsburgh Pirates with Paul Skeens is going to be Ryan Action Jackson. The Friars, San Diego Padres is Gary Taylor in this one. The San Francisco Giants is Dalton Thompson. Seattle Mariners, Ryan Dills. St. Louis Cardinals is going to be Dennis Maurer. Those Tampa Bay Rays is Todd Moore today. The Texas Rangers, Dalton Thompson, sticking with his squad. They've been good lately. Toronto Blue Jays is Chaz Marcingill. And those Washington Nationals with star rookies James Wood and Dylan Cruz is going to be Bernard Newton Jr. All right, so we got a full seal case. I can't move this around too much. The vertically, I'll try. But it's a big one. All right, so we got 20 boxes up in here. Let's rip this bad boy open. Without any further ado, I just need y'all to kick back, relax, and enjoy the break. You're now rocking with old Jim Hands. Let's get it on. Mills Lane style, baby. Come on. Shake and break. Hey, Papa Fresh Case is in the building today. All right. We got 20 boxes. Get them all out of here. There's 5. There's the next 5. This is a good way to start the day. I typically don't like to do them in the morning just because I know a lot of people are at work, so I know a bunch of y'all will probably be catching the replay. But at the same time, it's a good way to start the day too, especially on a weekend. Saturday may even be better, you know. Last box to pull out here. Let me get these in some kind of order up here. I think I did them in rows of 4 last time. Worked out pretty good. go. What's that? The Great Wall of Bowman. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open 4 boxes up at a time. And we'll go through them like that, okay? This break takes some time, so we'll be here for a minute today. Glad to have all of you tuning in, hanging out. Each box, we're going to get 4 regular packs. Now, these regular packs this year, they can have those red logo rookies and the logo fractor type cards. Those, I can't remember exactly what those logo fractor cards are called in this. They changed the name slightly, I think, maybe. But so we can have, so we will go through those packs, see if we find any hits in them. They'll have a couple chromes in each pack. And again, you get those possible red logo rookies. If most of you remember, we're taking it back. This product's been out about the Mega Box style's been out about a month now or so, something like that. I'll look back at the last break. It was several weeks ago. If you hit those red logo cards, if your player wins Rookie of the Year, you can trade it in for $100 in Fanatics cash. If they win, you can decide to do that, or you can hold. If they win an MVP or Cy Young award, you can turn it in for $300 Fanatics cash. If they win 2 MVPs or 2 Cy Young awards, at that point, you can turn it in for 500 Fanatics cash. And then if they win 3 MVPs or Cy Young awards, you can turn that in, empty box, for like 700, I think. Now, the final move there is if they make it to the Hall of Fame. They make it to the Hall of Fame, you win $1,000 Fanatics cash. What y'all think about this 11 o'clock break time? Too early or just right? Empty box. I like it, kinda. All right. First things first, I'm going to open all these regular packs up. And we'll do our Mojo money packs one at a time after we go through these. It's all Roki Sasaki based rookie there. I'd be stacking those. If he were to make it big one day, there's going to be a lot of collectors in East Asia looking for anything Roki Sasaki. I actually hit, so I do that, like I get the tops points, you know, for all the, nice, Josh, little break up in the workday, okay, that's cool. I get the, you know, the tops points for all the cases I buy and things like that. So I take those and I buy the Tops Now cards with them. Well, actually, I guess I don't buy them. I get them for free, basically. They're not free. Let's don't get it twisted. Those cases cost a pretty penny, so I wouldn't say they're free, but you know what I mean. I get them in exchange for the Tops points. So I do it on some of the, you know, some of the bigger ones that come out. Like right now, I did the Cooper Flag. You know, first card. I did a few orders of those, and I only have to pay the $3 shipping. So if I hit like numbered cards or parallels, then I can, you know, if I want to, I can move them. And everything else I just kind of building up into a little base collection. My son is 8 months old right now, so I'm just, all the other ones I just kind of set aside for him to start his collection out. And I did hit at one point Roki Sasaki. Orange, it was his first one. It was his first rookie. Orange of 25, and I think I got like $300 for it or something like that. It was pretty good. And then I've hit like a Cal Raleigh to 10, I've hit a few big dumpers there to 50 or so. I hit a Marcelo Mayer to 50. I've hit Judge and Soto to 50. So those are pretty cool. I can't remember what my original point was with that, how I got into that, but Roki Sasaki, yeah. So, but anyway, the guy who bought the Roki Sasaki was from Japan. So it just shows you there's the interest over there. And I won't go extensively through every single base card, but I will give you a look here at the stock. Carlos Correa, there's Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani. They run together. Jacob Wilson's a guy I'd really be looking for in this. Jonathan Long for the Cubs on the chrome, and Emilian Pitre for the Rays. There's a red. Spencer Schwellenbach, Josh Gillett getting on the board early. Let's hope often. Let's go, Josh. We've got Bishop Letson for the Brewers and Yancel Luis for the D-backs there. Esteban Mejia for the Rangers. Christian Campbell for Boston. We'll call out all the chromes as we go through. Cole Fontenelle, first Bowman for the Angels. His girlfriend actually got in the player break and hit a orange of 25 from him in our first one. Kevin Castillo for the Angels. Esteban Gonzalez and Hyung Chun-Om. So we'll be pulling for Cole Fontenelle here. Here's Paul Skeens. He's got a little awkward-looking photo. Will Simpson for the A's on the first, and Quinn Matthews for the Cardinals. Nice start there for Josh Gillett. Does Schwellenbach have rookie eligibility? Some of these guys on the red logos don't have eligibility. Like James Wood, he lost his eligibility already, and he's on them. Just for example, Andrew Painter for the Phillies, Didier Fuentes for the Braves. Here's Roki. Jared Sundstrom for the Mariners and Zaire Hope for the Dodgers. Sammy Stafora for the Reds and Samuel Basallo for the Orioles. Now I should be looking for Jesus Mate. I'll flip through some of those a little fast. Let me just make sure. There was another Roki. Jesus Mate and Charlie Condon. I should pull them out. Let me just look back real quick, and we'll take care of it from here on out. Dylan Cruz. Okay. More rockers. So in the past, you'd never find, like, there's Kevin McGonigal. My Detroit Tigers, let's go. In the past, you'd never find, special hits in these packs. It would legitimately be all base cards. This year, you can hit a couple different inserts and special cards. Hagen Smith for the White Sox and Jose Perella for the Cleveland Guardians. Seaver King for the Nationals. He was the 10th overall pick in the draft last year, but his first Bowmans came out in Bowman draft. Jeremy Cabrera for the Texas Rangers. Here's another one. Hey, Dylan Cruz. Now, that's a guy who has a legitimate shot. Jacob Wilson right now, it'd be tough to catch him in the American League, but the National League's a little more open. I think Dylan Cruz has a shot. We'll see how he turns in the second half. Bernard Newton Jr., that could be a $100 bill for you right there, my friend. See, I think the A's are a good buy in this. That's $58. Steve Wilkinson. That's a good buy, man. Jacob Wilson. At this point in time, he's a good shot at a $100 bill. Or if you want to hold on to him and see if he wins the MVP, depends on how many of them I had. I think I'd probably maybe cash it in. Hey, the password they call this guy, Yostinson Garcia for the Red Sox. He's up to like the number 3 prospect in the entire organization now. Red Sox, Rick Sylvia, let's go. Cody Freeman for the Rangers. Walker Jenkins, Minnesota Twins, and Franklin Arias for the Red Sox. Red Sox have a lot of guys in here. Big Papi's son. Big Papi's got 2 sons in this, but one of them plays for the Red Sox. Santiago Suarez for the Rays and Charles McAdoo for the Blue Jays. We got Kevin Alcantara. Jonathan for the Mets, and Yoferi Rodriguez for the Brewers. Caden Kendall for the Minnesota Twins, and Chase Mobley for the Cleveland Guardians to end those base packs. All right, let's get into our Bowman Mojo refractor packs. That's where the money's at right here, baby. See what we got. Let's pull a nice one today. The last one, we had a few good ones, including a J.J. Weatherholt orange. That was sick. Okay, Kobe Mayo up first for the Baltimore Orioles. Rookie card. Orioles, Ryan Action Jackson. Thomas White first for the Marlins, and Dennis Maurer, maybe the top pitching prospect in this product. Nice one, Dennis. Engleth Urena for the Yankees, and Kenneth O'Brien on the first there. Quinn Matthews for those Cardinals, and Dennis Maurer on the first. And another Spencer Schwellenbach. Atlanta Braves, Josh Gillett. All your chats are doubled up. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hagen Smith for the White Sox. Mike Irvin. Max Clark for the Detroit Tigers. Let's go to the house. Jackson Merrill for the Padres, and Gary Taylor. How about a Rhett Lauder on Rookie of the Year favorites? Rhett Lauder, Cincinnati Reds, Chris Miller, and a Corbin Carroll. Diamondbacks, Dalton Thompson taking that one. Here we go with Brooks Lee for the Minnesota Twins. Nice rookie card there for Tim Whitney. Eduardo Quintero for the LA Dodgers, and Ryan Dills. Nibel Mariano for the Cincinnati Reds. That's going to be Chris Miller. How about a Max Clark on the VIP for the Detroit Tigers? Going to the house there. LA Dodgers. How about a Yoshinobu Yamamoto? LA Dodgers. Ryan Dills taking that one. All right. Yanni Lavelle for the San Francisco Giants, and Dalton Thompson on the first. Esmith Pineda for the Big Red Machine, Cincinnati Reds. That is Chris Miller. And you got to see this one right here. Jack Caglione, Kansas City Royals, Jason Trauschke. We want a few of these. We want the ink badly. We want the number badly. We'll take all the Mojo refractors we can get, though. Kobe Mayo, Rookie of the Year favorites. For the Baltimore Orioles, and Ryan Jackson. And then here on the back, we're going to have Fernando Tatis Jr. for the San Diego Padres. Jack Caglione. Okay, next pack. Got some color coming right here. I see it. Let's go from the back first. That's Ellie De La Cruz, Cincinnati Reds, Chris Miller. These are all Mojo refractors. Braden Montgomery for the White Sox, and Mike Irvin. Lucas Ramirez for the Angels, and Ryan Dills. How about a J-Rod? Julio Rodriguez, Ryan Dills, and the Mariners. And 30 of 199 for Yoniker Ugarte on the pinky right there. Nice one for the Royals. Jason Trauschke. Jason getting a little pink. First Bowman action. I like it, brother. Ugarte. How about a Mookie Betts for the L? Hey, Dodgers, and Ryan Dills. Tariq Skubal for those Detroit Tigers. Connor Norby, the Marlins. Dennis Maurer taking that rookie. Here we got a Thomas Segesi on the Rookie of the Year favorites. Angels, Ryan Dills taking that one. And a Kumar Rocker, rookie card for the Texas Rangers, and Dalton Thompson. Okay, Dylan Cruz. There's a nice rookie for Dylan Cruz. Nationals, Bernard. Texas Rangers, Corey Seager going to Dalton. How about Kyle DeBarge for the Minnesota Twins going to Tim Whitney? Kobe Mayo, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Orioles, and Ryan Jackson. And on the back, Yancel Luis for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Dalton Thompson on the first. All right, last pack before we head in. Ooh, we got some brown right there, don't we? Bronze or whatever it is. Fronyerber Montilla, the Detroit Tigers. George Klassen, for the Angels and Ryan Dills. Luis Pena for those Milwaukee Brewers and Bernard Newton Jr. Hey, Baltimore Orioles, get on the board. Ryan Action Jackson with the Griff O'Farrell. Griff O'Farrell, this is the first time I've seen his autograph out of here. Griff on the board, Ryan Jackson. And behind it, we're going to have the Toronto Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. 217 of 275 on the Bobo there. Bo Bichette to 275. Blue Jays is Chaz Marcingill, and a shout out to my guy Jeremiah. Very nice. Got the Griff up. And Dylan Cruz. All right, let's clear off this board. Let's leave these right here. Uh-oh. So many cards. All right, let's open our next four up. What's everybody getting into this weekend? Anything cool? Empty box. We got the 4th coming up next weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to drop a, got another sealed case in there, 2025 Top Series 2. I thought we'd circle back to it. I'm going to drop a half case, pick your team break. 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'll have a price preview up for you after this break. I'll put it out. It'll be a half case with the option to roll over to the fully. Next week, we're going to do some more National Treasures baseball. And also going to squeeze in a Signature Series football break. Keep switching it up here and go back and recycle through all of our products until the big Topps Chrome release next month. I think it's the 23rd off the top of my head. 2025 Topps Chrome hitting the shelves, baby. I think I'm going to do a couple player breaks on eBay. And we're going to do empty box. Of course, we'll do our jumbo hobby box breaks here in the group. Sticking a little hobby here and there. So we'll have plenty of 2025 Topps Chrome action for you. All right. Get through our base packs here. Shout out to everybody watching this on a replay. I know a lot of you busy in the work day and aren't able to tune in live to this one, so I do want to give you a shout out. Also, shout out to everybody who's watching the replay over in our YouTube channel. If you're watching this over on YouTube, come join us over on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button. Come join us over on Facebook. There's a link to our Facebook group where you can join up in the description up above. You'll also find a link to our eBay store. You can follow up there. Check out that Topps Chrome Topps Chrome player break whenever it drops. Also our Instagram channel where we like to put up clips and photos of some of our bigger hits. Roper's Rips on eBay and Instagram, and on Facebook it is Roper's Rips. Got packs building up under my feet. I must be missing the trash can. Roper's Rips sports card breaks over on Facebook. Get all this debris off. That's why all that debris gets in those cases. There's everywhere. And those top loaders, I mean. All right. Lawrence Butler starting us off there. Thomas White. There's a chrome right there for the Marlins. Wen Hui Pan for the Philadelphia Phillies. Same state, right? Leo DeVries for the Padres. And Alex Mooney. There's Dylan Cruz, rookie Alex Mooney for the Guardians. Max Clark, Detroit Tigers. Shong Tae Chang for the Pittsburgh Pirates. There was a Mason Wynn. Second year card for Mason. Hey, here's a red logo rookie. That's David Festa for the Minnesota Twins and Tim Whitney. There you go, Tim. David Festa on the board. S. Smith Pineda first for the Reds and Jacob Wright for the Dodgers. This guy right here is going to be good. Connor Griffin for the Pirates. S. Smith Pineda once again for the Reds and Jacob Wright once again for the Dodgers. Tink Kentz for the Cardinals. Luis Morejo for the Guardians. There's another red logo. This time it's going to be Rhett Lauder for the Cincinnati Reds. Chris Miller getting the Rhett Lauder red logo rookie. Gary Gilhill, one of the better names in the product. Victor Rodriguez for the LA Dodgers. There's Juan Soto. Getting plenty of these red logo rookies on the board in these regular packs. I like to see that. Sean Keys for the Blue Jays and Owen Wild for the Rays. We got Robert Calez for those Colorado Rockies and Javier Mogallan for the Chicago White Sox. Richard Maddock for the Yankees on the first and Christian Moore for the Angels. Chin-Wei Lin for the Cardinals and George Klassen for the Angels. We're going to have Alejandro Rosario for the Texas Rangers and Anderson Brito for the Houston Astros. There's a Roki Sasaki rookie. Hey, Jack Caglione, Kansas City Royals, once again, their hottest name in baseball for Jason Trauschke. Arun Escobar. I don't know, the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, pretty hot, popular too. Arun Escobar there for the Phillies. Oh, another red logo rookie. Keep them coming. Houston Astros. Gary Taylor with the Shea Whitcomb. Lucas Ramirez, Angels first. And Emil Morales for the Dodgers on the first. Ha-Sung Kim, pretty good young rookie for the Dodgers as well. Kevin McGonigal on the board. Detroit Tigers on the first. Corey Lewis for the Twins. Bishop Letson first for the Brewers. And Yancel Luis for the D-backs. Move these to the side. Get a couple of these top loaded and we'll get into our money packs. Jack Caglione, don't we? Kevin McGonigal. And then we've got Shea Whitcomb on the red logo. Okay. Money packs. Lucas Ramirez on top. Okay, we got purple action. How about a James Wood on the back? There you go, Bernard. Mojo Refractor rookie for James Wood. Lucas Ramirez for the Angels. J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners. Angels, Ryan Dills. Mariners, also Ryan Dills. Mookie Betts, also Ryan Dills. All right, let's see if we can get another Ryan Dills hit right here. Oh, I was just talking about this guy. I stopped just to call out how good of a player he is. 148 of 250. Very nice. Connor Griffin, Pittsburgh Pirates. That's Ryan Action Jackson. I'd hang on to that one, Ryan, until he gets called up, and then I'd move it because this guy can play, man. Let's get our James Wood top loaded up as well. All right, next back. Tariq Skubal on top. The Tigers. Connor Norby, rookie for the Marlins, and Dennis Maurer. Kobe Mayo, rookie for the Orioles, and Ryan Jackson. Hey, here we go. Rookie Sasaki, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Dodgers, and Ryan Dills. And there's our Ronald Acuna Jr. mojo for Josh Gillett. Rookie Sasaki. Back. Showtime. Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. Kyle Tucker for the Cubs. Here we go. That's a good one right there. Who's got the Giants? Dalton Thompson. How about a James Tibbs the third, my friend? Very nice ink right there. He's got a cool little signature. Top prospect there in that Giants organization. Christian Moore on the VIP for the LA Angels. Ryan Dills, he's tough. And Gunnar Henderson for the Baltimore Orioles. Another nice auto going up on the board. Okay. Big Christmas. Kinsey Noel for the Cleveland Guardians, and Mike Irvin. Jace Young for the Detroit Tigers. Bryce Harper for the Phillies, and Dennis Maurer. Hey, nice Dylan Cruz, Rookie of the Year favorites there for the Nationals. And then here we go, Paul Skeens. Pittsburgh Pirates, Ryan Jackson. Heating up, folks. Action Jackson's heating up. Dylan Cruz, Rookie of the Year favorites for Bernard. Top loader cracked at the top. Dylan Cruz. And next back. Let's keep it rolling. It's been a good one so far. Got some more color coming right here, too. I like to see that. Coming from the back, Austin Riley for the Braves and Josh Gillett. J-Ram, Jose Ramirez for the Guardians and Wild Mike Irvin. Rhett Lauder for the Reds and Chris Miller. Brooks Lee for the Twins and Tim Whitney on the rookie. And how about a Cam Smith? Woo! Gary Taylor, this guy's a player. He's ascending quickly, too. 51 of 299 on the Cam Smith. Boom! Connor Griffin and Cam Smith coming out of this batch. Got some nice parallels. A couple nice autos. This is going well for the people. See a good one on the back there. Eduardo Quintero for the LA Dodgers and Ryan Dills. Naibel Mariano for the Cincinnati Reds and Chris Miller. This is Yanni Lavelle for the San Francisco Giants and Dalton Thompson. Thomas Sagisi for the St. Louis Cardinals and Dennis Maurer on the Rookie of the Year favorites. And Chase Burns. Chase Burns, he just got called up here for the Cincinnati Reds and Chris Miller. That's a good one to have right there, Chris. Let's get Chase top loaded up. All right, Eduardo Quintero for the LA Dodgers and Ryan Dills. There's another Naibel Mariano for the Reds and Chris Miller. Yanni Lavelle for the Giants and Dalton Thompson. Esmith Pineda for the Reds and Chris Miller. And on the back, here we go, James Wood for the Washington Nationals and Bernard Newton Jr. James Wood, Mojo Refractor rookie. Let's get Chase Burns top loaded up, given the timing here. All right, last pack. Hey, here he is. Jack Caglione right on top for us. Another one for the Royals and Jason Trauschke. Braden Montgomery for the Chicago White Sox and Mike Irvin. Lucas Ramirez for the Angels and Ryan Dills. Rookie of the Year favorites. How about an Ariel Amador for the Rockies and Kenneth O'Brien. And then another Ronald Acuna Jr. for those Atlanta Braves and Josh Gillett. Jack Caglione, second Mojo Refractor for Jack. We also hit a chrome of him as well. All right, let's get our next little batch rolling right here. Who's that, Jackson Jobe? Empty. My trash can's getting a little full down there from all these packs. Next, I would have called Jimmy to come over and help me out and open some packs, but he's a regular work day. All right, one more stack of regulars here to open up, and then we'll go through this tranche. Old back scratch out. Nothing like a good old back scratcher, is it? Carlos Correa on top. There's Mookie and Shohei Ohtani. We got Aiden Miller for the Phillies and Dennis Maurer. chrome right there. Yordan Alvarez. Yes, there's 3 right here. James Tibbs III for the Giants. We got his autograph on the board. Franyer Bermontilla for the Tigers. And David Ortiz Jr. There's one of Big Papi's sons. Looks just like him. For the Texas Rangers. Josue Broseno for the Detroit Tigers. And Malcolm Moore for the Texas Rangers. Malcolm in the middle. Moore. There's James Wood and Roki Sasaki rookies. Bryce Rayner for the Tigers. Osbel Gonzalez for the Kansas City Royals. Jack Penny for the Detroit Tigers. And Cam Smith for the Houston Astros. We've got Nate Nankill for the Oakland A's. And Hyeon Suk Jang for the LA Dodgers. Cade Horton. There was a Rafael Devers through there. No longer with the Boston Red Sox. Cade Horton for the Cubs. And Jackson Humphreys for the Guardians. Peyton Ellis for the Minnesota Twins. And Jose Perdomo for the Atlanta Braves. Ayo Amador. J.J. Weatherholt coming through. Esteban Mejia on the first there for the Texas Rangers. And Christian Campbell for the Boston Red Sox. Cole Fontenelle for the LA Angels. And Kevin Castillo also for the Angels right there. Esteban Gonzalez for the Cleveland Guardians. And Hyung Chun-um. It's my second favorite name. There's Jesus Mate. Let's go. Put him on the board. Rafael Flores for the New York Mets. Luke Sennard for the Atlanta Braves. There's another James Wood rookie. Kobe Mayo rookie in there. Jesus Telero for the LA Dodgers. Slade Caldwell for the Diamondbacks. Jack Caglione. Put this paper aside. Jack Caglione for the Royals. Hayden Alvarez for the Angels. And Bo Walker for the Diamondbacks. There's Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and the password, Joe Stinkson Garcia. Kyle Till for the White Sox. And Giancarlos Lara. Paul Skeens. Max Clark. Josh Noth for the Brewers. Jack Lyons for the Tampa Bay Rays. Little Aaron Judge action there as well. Caglione and Weatherholt. I'll move them aside down here. Got Caglione, Weatherholt, McGonigal first down there. All right. Money packs. All right, Caden Dana for the Angels. There we go. Jesus Mate. Milwaukee Brewers. Taking the Mojo Refractor right there. Bernard Newton Jr. That's a little boom. Shaka like a boom. Shong Che Chang. It's the guy from Mortal Kombat. Pittsburgh Pirates. Ryan Action Jackson. With that hit. Walker Jenkins on the VIP for the Minnesota Twins. And Tim Whitney. And then a Freddie Freeman there for the LA Dodgers. Heating up on Jesus Mate now. Mitch Jebb for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, we got some pink. Bo Bichette, Blue Jays. Blue Jays is Chaz Marcingill. Mitch Jebb, once again, here. It's the same card for the Pirates. And Ryan Action Jackson. Arun Escobar for the Phillies and Dennis Maurer. We got Cobb Hightower for the Padres and Harry Gary Taylor. And a rookie card for the Detroit Tigers. How about a Jackson Jobe? 48 of 299. Jackson Jobe, Detroit Tigers. Mojo Refractor rookie card. Next pack. Luis Angel Acuna. Ronnie's little brother. Ronald Acuna's little brother right there for the Mets. And Donald Coons Jr. These are all Mojo Refractors. Caden Dana for the LA Angels and Ryan Dills. There's another Mate. Let's go. We're heating up. Jesus Mate for the Brewers and Bernard Newton Jr. And another Roki Sasaki, Rookie of the Year favorites for Ryan Dills. Franklin Arias for the Boston Red Sox and Rick Sylvia. Jesus Mate. Back-to-back packs, I think, wasn't it? Or close to it anyway. Close enough. Shung-Tae Chang for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Ryan Jackson. Victor Rodriguez for the Dodgers and Ryan Dills. All you Ryans are hitting a lot, aren't you? Winston Santos for the Rangers and Dalton Thompson. Hyun Kim for the Dodgers and Ryan Dills. And Josue Breseno for the Detroit Tigers. Next pack. Smith Pineda. Cincinnati Reds. Hey, another Cags. Let's go. That's our third mojo, isn't it? Jack Caglione, Kansas City Royals. Jason Trauschke. Braden Montgomery. Oh, look at this. Braden Montgomery for the Chicago White Sox and Mike Irvin. And then Houston Astros. Gary Taylor. Get yourself on the board with a Bryce Matthews on-card autograph. He's got a cool little signature, too. Bryce Matthews for Gary Taylor. The password, Yo Stinkson Garcia. Nice one there. Nice one. Tags. We'd really only been hitting like maybe, I think, one auto out of the other mega box cases we had. Maybe two. I don't know. We got 3 in this one so far. That's nice. There's another pinky coming. Rhett Lauder, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Reds, and Chris Miller. How about a Hyung Chan for the Kansas City Royals and Jason Trauschke. Lucas Ramirez for the Angels and Ryan Dills. J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez for the Seattle Mariners and Ryan Dills as well. And hey, Jackson Holiday, 82 of 299 for the Baltimore Orioles and Ryan Action Jackson. Let's go, brother. It's been a good case, I will say. We got a lot of good names on our parallel pile that's sitting over here as well. Thomas White, maybe the top rookie or top first Bowman pitcher for the Marlins, and Dennis Maurer. Engleth Urena for the New York Yankees and Kenneth O'Brien. Quinn Matthews, St. Louis Cardinals. That's going to be Dennis Maurer. Hagen Smith for the White Sox and Mike Irvin. And a Jackson Cherio for the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Crew, Bernard Newton Jr. On top, we're going to have Max Clark, the Detroit Tigers. Jackson Merrill for the San Diego Padres. Gary Taylor. Showtime! Shohei Ohtani, LA Dodgers, Ryan Dills. We got Jackson Jobe on the Rookie of the Year favorites for the Tigers. And a Vladdy, who likes to party. Blue Jays, Chaz Marcingill and Jeremiah like to party, man. Here we go. Nice one for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and those Toronto Blue Jays. All right, we're a little over halfway finished here. We've got 8 more boxes left. Let's rip them open. Let's keep it rolling. That was a good little run right there. I think this has been the best case so far that we've opened yet. We haven't had anything like the J.J. Weatherholt orange yet. But I think overall we got a lot more cards out of this one. Empty box, good cards, 3 autographs is always nice. If you're looking for some more action this weekend, we're going to have the new 2025 Topps Series 2 baseball. We'll be popping a fresh case of jumbos open for half case. Pick your team break number 5 coming at you. It'll be tomorrow, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern drop. All 30 teams will be available. I'll have a price preview I'm going to put out for you when we finish up here today, shortly after. Two more boxes in this group of 4. Getting close to noon here on the East Coast, 11:54 a.m. earliest break I think we've ever done at Roper's Rips. Empty box. Empty. Well, about to be empty anyway. Now it's empty. Better not be empty when we open it up. Oh, paper cut. Those are always fun. Paper cuts suck, man. I mean, I could get tackled by a dang 300-pound dude and hurt less than a paper cut, man. It's true. Getting tackled really doesn't hurt that bad, or didn't hurt that bad. I haven't been tackled in a long time. Only the police in the past couple of days. I'm just joking. But no, I haven't been tackled in a long time. What used to hurt wasn't really like when somebody hits you real hard or whatever. That, blindside hit or whatever. That never really bothered me. It's when they grab your jersey and they sling you down. You get all the grass burn. That's what hurts. Or if somebody puts their full weight on top of you and they're huge, it's never fun. But again, it doesn't hurt that bad. Now, I've had my bell rung plenty of times from just being full speed. I'll tell you what, I have my bell rung the hardest when I hit other people really hard. Oh man, one time, let me get that straight. One time, we were playing Asheville High School, and they had this huge fullback. His name was like maybe Tyus Knox, something like that. I don't know if it was Tyrus or Tyus. A good dude, man, and he was like a 283-pound fullback, and came up out of the secondary. I hit him low, helmet first, straight for his knees. I made the tackle, but I guess his knee was coming forward when I hit him, and it knocked me out cold out there. I came to as one of my teammates was pulling me up off the ground. I stumbled. I started walking towards the other team's huddle or whatever, and so the ref stops the game and sends me off to the sideline. I get over there on the sideline and I'm talking to the coaches or whatever, and they're asking me, the stupid questions they ask you if you think you're concussed. And this is back in the day. I would have never gotten to go back in the game if it was in modern times. But he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Justin Roper. And he's like, what, where you at? I'm like, we're in Asheville playing football. This is stupid. And he's like, what's the score? And I could have just looked up at the scoreboard, so it's everything went fuzzy. I was if you didn't ask me that, I could have told you. And I started feeling like I was having deja vu when I've got my bell rung. That's always I felt like I'm like, have we been here before? We've done this. So we were on defense, and we ended up getting them off the field, and they punt it back to us. They send me, I play quarterback, and as they send me back out on the field with the play. I get down in the huddle, I'm like, team. And I'm like, oh, God, I forgot to play. And they the receiver is everybody's like, oh, hell. And he calls the play. My buddy Sean Blanton, rest in peace, brother. He called the play for me. We ran it. And the next play, I got confused. I couldn't remember, am I supposed to reverse out on this or what? Second down. Third down, we call it's what was a 42 pass for us. It's just basically a fake play action off tackle, and then the guys are in a post corner over here on this. I pulled up. I bet I threw it 15, 20 yards over his head. It just got off the field for a minute. I got it all back. It started coming back to me. The cobwebs cleared, but that would never happen in today's game. Matt Wilkinson, Cleveland Guardians, Mike Irvin, Romeo Sanabria for the San Diego Padres. Now y'all know what's wrong with me. That compiled with a bunch of other times. Manny Machado. Eduardo Quintero for the LA Dodgers and Ryan Dills. Steven Echevarria for the Oakland Athletics and Steve Wilkinson. Josue Brasano, J.J. Weatherholt. Weatherholt, Cardinals, Dennis Maurer. Engleth Urena for the New York Yankees there. Carson Bench for the Mets. Bobby Hobby Witt Jr. in there. Paulino Santana for the Texas Rangers and Dylan Feen for the Oakland Athletics. We got Jordan Alvarez, Houston Astros, Jackson Jobe, and Shotai Imadaga. There was the password again. Stinson Garcia. Ichiro Cano Hernandez for the Cincinnati Reds and Chris Miller. Walker Janik. He's also, I think that's my favorite name. Ichiro Cano Hernandez. Walker Janik. Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani. Drew Jones here for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Mitch Jebb for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Fabian Lopez for the Miami Marlins and Cam Caminiti for the Atlanta Braves there. Winston Santos for the Texas Rangers along with Fernando Cruz for the Chicago Cubs. Luis Pena, first Bowman for the Brewers, pretty good young prospect there. Caleb Lomavita for the Washington Nationals. There's a Dylan Cruz rookie for the Nationals as well. Sebastian Walcott for the Rangers and Yu-Min Lin for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Lazaro Montes for the Seattle Mariners. Yonek Ugarte for the Kansas City Royals. Chase Hampton for the New York Yankees and Gregory Barrios for the Tampa Bay Rays. Kyle Tucker in his new uniform. Hey, Kumar Rocker on the Rookie of the Year favorites right there, Texas Rangers. That's Dalton Thompson taking the red logo. Not Rookie of the Year favorite, the red logo rookie. If he wins Rookie of the Year, he's been hurt, so I doubt he's in the running. But Yanni Lavelle for the San Francisco Giants and Connor Griffin, another one there for the Pirates. Connor Griffin, good young player. Jesus Mate, we like those for the Milwaukee Brewers and Bernard Newton Jr. Elvin Garcia is one of the cooler photos in the product, in my opinion. Elvin Garcia for the Orioles and Ryan Jackson. Dal Joseph for the Mariners. There's a James Wood rookie. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Arun Escobar. Aiden Smith for the Tampa Bay Rays. There was Arun Escobar for the Phillies there on that last burst. He's a pretty good young player too. Aiden Smith for the Rays and D'Angelo Ortiz. There's Big Poppy's other son that we were talking about earlier for the Red Sox. Looks a lot like his pop too. Malcolm Moore. How about Kadeem Diao for the Minnesota Twins and Tim Whitney and Travis Bazzana for the Cleveland Guardians. Here's your number one pick from last year's nice Jacob Wilson rookie for the Oakland Athletics and Steve Wilkinson. Oh, David Festa got put in that file for some reason. Okay, let's get this Mate top loaded up. And Kumar Rocker on the red logo for Dalton Thompson. Let's go Dalton. Jacob Wilson and DJ Weatherholt. We'll get those taken care of after the break. All right, money packs. Come on now. Eduardo Quintero for the LA Dodgers and Ryan Dills. Naibel Mariano for the Cincinnati Reds and Chris Miller. Yanni Lavelle for the Giants and Dalton Thompson. How about a VIP for Cooper Pratt and the Milwaukee Brewers going to Bernard Newton Jr. And there's an Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees making a heck of a case for the MVP this year. Hitting at the average he is with as many home runs as he is. Any other year, Big Dumper would be the favorite, but Judge is just having an historic year there. Cincinnati Reds, Chris Miller. Hey, Cags is hot today. Good time to get in, Jason. Jason Trowski with the Jack Caglione Mojo Refractor. Braden Montgomery for the White Sox and Mike Irvin. Here's a Dylan Cruz, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Washington Nationals and Bernard Newton Jr. And there's a Mikey T, Mike Trout for the LA Angels and Ryan Dills. Next pack. Ooh, purple action. Edglin Perez for the New York Yankees. And Kenneth O'Brien, Quinn Matthews for those Cardinals, and Dennis Maurer. Hagen Smith for the White Sox, and Mike Irvin. Here's a Max Clark for the Tigers, and behind him, hey, Franjerber Montilla. Detroit Tigers, 21 of 250 there for Montilla on the first Bowman Mojo Refractor purple action. Detroit Tigers. Jackson Merrill's on top of our next pack for the San Diego Padres, and Gary Taylor. How about another Showtime? Shohei Ohtani for Ryan Dills and the Dodgers. Kyle Tucker for the Cubs, and Todd Moore. And another rookie, Sasaki, Rookie of the Year favorites for Ryan Dills and the Dodgers as well. And then Cam Smith for those Houston Astros, and Gary Taylor. Pack. Young Kinsey Noel, Big Christmas for those Cleveland Guardians, and Mike Irvin. Jace Young for the Detroit Tigers. Bryce Harper for the Phillies, and Dennis Maurer. Mitch Jebb for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Ryan Action Jackson. And speaking of Jacksons, how about Jackson Jobe for the Detroit Tigers? Arun Escobar for the Philadelphia Phillies. Dennis Maurer. Cobb Hightower for the San Diego Padres, and Gary Taylor. Luis Angel Acuna for the New York Mets, and Donald Coons Jr. Here's a Jackson Jobe, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Detroit Tigers, and Hurston Waldrop for the Atlanta Braves. Josh Gillett on the rookie card there. Luis Pena for the Milwaukee Brewers. That's going to be Bernard Newton Jr. Yonick Ugarte for the Kansas City Royals, and Jason Trauschke. Kadeem Dial for the Minnesota Twins, and Tim Whitney. We've got Jace Young, Rookie of the Year favorites there for the Detroit Tigers. Connor Griffin. There's another Connor Griffin Mojo Refractor. Pittsburgh Pirates. Ryan Action Jackson. All right. Last pack of this little section. Yonick Ugarte for the Kansas City Royals, and Jason Trauschke. Kadeem Dial for the Minnesota Twins, and Tim Whitney. Christian Moore. Hey, this guy's balling. Christian Moore for the Angels, and Ryan Dills. How about a Thomas Segisi, Rookie of the Year favorites for those St. Louis Cardinals, and Dennis Maurer. And then Connor Griffin, Pittsburgh Pirates. Connor Griffin is a popular name out there, y'all. Connor Griffin, Pittsburgh Pirates. All right. 4 more boxes here. Get them ripped. Empty box. Empty box. All right, 2 more to crack open here. Empty style. All right, last one. An awesome break. These are fun. I don't do a ton of mega boxes, but Bowman's always worth it. Especially do like a full case of them, I feel like. Empty box. The Mojo Refractor can be a pretty sought after card. Empty box for the firsts, especially if there's some color on it. All right, let's get it on. I'm gonna move it over enough here in a second. Here we go. Should do it. All right, open up a few of these right here, and we're good to go. Good luck, everybody, on this last batch. It's been a fun one. Do appreciate you here. Getting the weekend started off right. If you haven't been tuning in, haven't heard this weekend, we're going to dig into some Top Series 2 baseball. Dropping a half case of jumbo hobby boxes tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, with option to roll over to the full case. And next week, we're going to do some National Treasures and 2024 Heritage High Number Series mixers. And I'm also going to do some Signature Series football. So we got a few different things on the way. Until Topps Chrome next month on the 23rd. We'll be here before we know it. All right, Altuve's on top. We have Ismael Javier for the Padres. And P.J. Morlando, he's a good young prospect there for the Miami Marlins. Dennis Mauer's got them, I think, don't you, Dennis? Yeah, here's Thomas White, too. You got a few nice Thomas Whites as well, Dennis. Wen Hui Pan for the Philadelphia Phillies. Leo DeVries for the San Diego Padres, and Alex Mooney for the Cleveland Guardians. Dylan Cruz, rookie. Max Clark for the Tigers. Shung Tae Chang for the Pittsburgh Pirates. There we go. There's Charlie Condon. Maybe he's been in there a time or two and we've missed him, but haven't seen a ton of Condon in this one. Marcos Torres, Nibel Mariano, and Jacob Wilson for the Oakland A's. The Rockies is Kenneth O'Brien, and the A's is Steve Wilkinson. Just for the record there. Nibel Mariano was for the Reds, and Marcos Torres was for the Rangers on those last two chromes. I can't remember if I called the teams out or not. All right, Kyle DeBarge for the Minnesota Twins, and Cameron Sullivan for the Cleveland Guardians. Kevin Alcantara, a rookie. I saw him play for the Smokies down there. Chase Burns, there we go. Nice one right there for the Cincinnati Reds. We'll stick him aside. Reds and Chris Miller, Carlos Tavares. Chase Burns, hot name, hot topic right now. Kevin Alcantara, we're conjuring him up. Cubbies, Todd Moore with the red logo. Kevin Alcantara, let's go. Walker Jenkins. Braylon Payne for the Brewers, and a Jesus Mate for the Brewers as well. Bernard Newton Jr. sticking a few Mates on the board for his personal collection. What's up, Josh? I don't know when you left exactly. I don't think we've had any huge Braves hits that you haven't seen specifically. Mostly me just opening packs. C.J. Abrams, Braylon Payne, Cole Emerson for the Seattle Mariners, and O'Neal Perez for the San Francisco Giants. Conrad Kaysen for the Boston Red Sox, and Cobb Hightower for the San Diego Padres. Jesus Lopez for the Texas Rangers, and a J. Weatherholt, St. Louis Cardinals, and Dennis Mauer taking that one. Jack Caglione, Cags, on the board once again. All right, last stack of our base for this break. Yancel Villarreal for the Houston Astros and Nick Kurtz for the Oakland A's. Aaron Estrada for the Baltimore Orioles. Pablo Guerrero for the Texas Rangers. There's another Roki Sasaki rookie. So we saw James Wood and Roki Sasaki running together in that one pack, but maybe it was 2 packs combined next to each other or something. I don't know. Braden Montgomery for the White Sox. Humberto Cruz for the Padres. It's the only time I've seen those two together like that. Ashley Andujar for the Colorado Rockies and Blake Walters for the Kansas City Royals. Charlie Condon, there we go. Nice one for the Rockies and Kenneth O'Brien. Andrew Morris for the Minnesota Twins. Get these off to the side. Charlie Condon in a top loader. And we'll get into our money packs here. First pack. We'll have all these sorted and out to you at the beginning of the week. As fast as we can. Yeremy Cabrera. Everything will ship in this one unless you don't want it to. Unless you want to donate your vet base or something like that, let me know. Otherwise, you'll get it all. And you get it fast. We'll have it out by the beginning of the week. Drew Thorpe for the Chicago White Sox. We're typically next day except for the weekends. We'll always try to get it out Monday. Dylan Cruz for the Washington Nationals, Tuesday at latest always. Dylan Cruz for Bernard Newton Jr. Jackson Joe, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Detroit Tigers. And Yancel Luis for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Dalton Thompson. That was Drew Thorpe for the White Sox and Mike Irvin. Yeremy Cabrera, Rangers, Dalton Thompson. Can't remember if I called the names out or not. Let's see some more color. Let's see some more ink. What do you think? Corey Seager, Texas Rangers. We're going to have a Kyle DeBarge for the Minnesota Twins. Rangers, Dalton Thompson. Twins, Tim Whitney. George Klassen for the Angels. And Ryan Dills on that one. Chase Burns on the VIP. Cincinnati Reds. Chris Miller. And Efrain Yoderbo Montia for the Detroit Tigers. Kareem Diaz for the Minnesota Twins and Tim Whitney. Christian Moore for the Los Angeles Angels and Ryan Dills. How about a J. Weatherholt, St. Louis Cardinals, and Dennis Maurer taking that one. Colt Emerson for the Mariners and Ryan Dills on the VIP. And then we're going to have a Thomas Sagisi for the St. Louis Cardinals. That's Dennis Maurer in this one. Trey Turner for the Phillies. Francisco Lindor for the Mets. Phillies, Dennis Maurer, Mets, Donald Coons Jr. Bobby Witt Jr., Kansas City Royals, and Jason Trauschke. Kobe Mayo for the Baltimore Orioles and Ryan Jackson. And how about a Jacob Wilson, Mojo Refractor rookie? AL Rookie of the Year favorite right there, folks. He's having a really good year. This guy's strikeout and walk numbers are crazy. He just doesn't do a lot of either. He's up there to hit, put it in play. Hits with a good average. Jacob Wilson. He'll be good for a long time, it seems. Mookie Betts for the L.A. Dodgers and Ryan Dills. Tariq Skubal for the Detroit Tigers. Connor Norby for the Miami Marlins and Dennis Maurer. How about a Charlie Condon on the VIP for the Colorado Rockies? That's going to be Kenneth O'Brien and Yoferi Rodriguez. Let's try that one more time. Yoferi Rodriguez for the Milwaukee Brewers and Bernard Newton Jr. A few more packs left here. See if we got another heater in here. Kobe Mayo, rookie card for the Baltimore Orioles and Ryan Jackson. Thomas White, first Bowman there for the Marlins and Dennis Maurer. He's a good young pitcher right there. I know I've said that, but I can't stress it enough. Thomas White, you better watch out for him. Angel Turena for the New York Yankees and Kenneth O'Brien. Dylan Cruz, Rookie of the Year favorites. Nationals, Bernard Newton Jr. and P.J. Morlando for the Miami Marlins. P.J. Morlando, good young prospect there Outfielder for the Marlins. Dylan Cruz, Rookie of the Year favorites. Orlando is Dennis Maurer with those Marlins. And, of course, once again, Bernard Newton Jr. has the Nationals here on this Dylan Cruz Rookie of the Year favorites. Looks like we got 2 more packs. Let's go. See a good name on the back there. Good name on the front here. It's going to be a good pack. J.J. Weatherholt. J.J. Weatherholt. Dennis Maurer with the Cardinals in this one. Trey Turner for the Philadelphia Phillies and Dennis Maurer as well. Francisco Lindor for Donald Coons Jr. and the Mets. And Bobby Witt Jr. for the Kansas City Royals and Jason Trowski. And there on the back, Charlie Condon. Colorado Rockies on the Mojo Refractor for Charlie. Rockies is Kenneth O'Brien. So JJ and Charlie coming out in the same pack. JJ was the 7th overall pick. Charlie was like 3 or 4. 3rd overall. It's number 3 and 7 picks right there, y'all. Condon 3, Weatherholt 7. Were the 2 guys out of the top 10 they held back for this product. Most of the other top 10 guys, I think all of them actually were in Bowman draft. All right, Jose Ramirez for the Cleveland Guardians and Mike Irvin. Rhett Lauder for the Cincinnati Reds and Chris Miller. Brooks Lee for the Minnesota Twins and Tim Whitney. Here's another Rhett Lauder Rookie of the Year favorites for Chris Miller and those Cincinnati Reds. And the last card of the break, how about a Jackson Holiday for the Baltimore Orioles and Ryan Action Jackson. Let's go. All right. Let's get a little recap here. Go back through our hits. Rookie of the Year favorites. We had Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs, Shea Whitcomb for the Astros, David Festa for the Twins, Rhett Lauder for the Reds, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals, and Spencer Schwellenbach for the Braves. Some Mojo Refractor mostly, some first of top players and things like that mixed in here. Charlie Condon for the Rockies, J.J. Weatherholt for the Cardinals, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals, P.J. Morlando for the Marlins, Charlie Condon for the Rockies, Jacob Wilson for the A's, J.J. Weatherholt for the Cardinals, Chase Burns for the Reds, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals, Charlie Condon for the Rockies. That's just a regular chrome there, as is this J.J. Weatherholt for the Cardinals, and this Jesus Mate for the Brewers, Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki for the Dodgers, Jack Caglione for the Royals, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals, Kumar Rocker. There's a red logo rookie. We'll put that in the other pile. Jesus Mate for the Brewers, Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers, Jack Caglione for the Royals, Roki Sasaki for the Dodgers, Jesus Mate for the Brewers, not once but twice and 3 times. Jesus Mate, 2 Mojos and a paper base there for Jesus Mate from the Brewers. Jack Caglione for the Royals, Chase Burns from the Reds, James Wood for the Nationals, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals, Paul Skeens for the Pirates, Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki for the Dodgers, James Wood for the Nationals, Kevin McGonigal for the Tigers, Jack Caglione for the Royals, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals, and Jack Caglione for the Royals. All right, some numbered hits right here. We're going to have a Franyerber Montilla for the Detroit Tigers, Jackson Holiday for the Baltimore Orioles, Jackson Jobe for the Detroit Tigers, Cam Smith for the Houston Astros. Here's a Connor Griffin with the debris in there. Got to get that out. Connor Griffin for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yonick Rogarte for the Kansas City Royals and Bo Bichette for the Toronto Blue Jays. On the board, we got a Bryce Matthews autograph for the Houston Astros, along with James Tibbs III for the San Francisco Giants, and Griff Overall for the Baltimore Orioles. All right, everybody, that's that for today's break. Got our Friday started off with a bang. Glad to have everybody in this one. We'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, dropping a Jumbo Hobby half case of 2025 Top Series 2 baseball. Would love to have you guys and girls in that one. Price preview I'll drop here in the next few minutes when I get this uploaded and take care of another couple things here in the office. I'll have a price preview out for you for that one. Anybody needs anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. We will have rollover option available for that Jumbo Hobby half case of Series 2. Anybody needs anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Here on Facebook. If I don't get back to you immediately, I'll definitely get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Other than that, hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend. For now, peace out from the East Coast. Y'all have a good one.